So if I'm counting for you, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, tap. And now, yes?
In 41 to 44, because we're but it's different kind of salsa. They also have movies here on Thursdays, coming up on the 17th, which is a Thursday. They're going to because of the high volume of the Little Dance Festival, I'm just going to suspend talking for just a minute or two, and then I will resume. The British Way eventually became the Kingston Way, the oldest running daily paper. The Government of Canada on our right, that's Service Canada, and Customs Outlook. Charles Pulley Thomas, the French called him Poulet Thomas or Chicken Thomas. They didn't like him very much. He was not come wall when they rebuilt it, surrounds his grave. There's no more graveyard, he's inside. Steam from Scotland, and eventually split in half at the St. Lawrence River. They used a torch to cut the whole ship in half. They carried it down the St. Lawrence. They welded it back together. This served the Great Lakes as a cruise ship, a luxury liner, as well as a cargo ship. No questions asked. They had to teach anatomy. They needed subjects to study. Alive, you might still be brought to the hospital. Why? Because you might still be sick, stricken with the disease. They don't want you to die once you get in land. You were taken to Section 39, named after the year 1934. Closed in the year 2000 due to overcrowding and excessive violence that was once home to Carlo Homolka. Paul Bernardo slept here in the Kingston Pen.
That's the old women's penitentiary.
The penitentiary was at one time home to men and women before they built the women's pen. Even the warden and his family stayed in segregated housing. Eventually the second warden created separate housing outside of the penitentiary for the warden and the thief. They broke ground in 1892 and they completed it in 1894. Over here to the right, this is the Providence Care Hospital. Providence Care Hospital was completed in 2016, a place of respite, wellness, and good mental health care. Up ahead, a place of terrible mental health care called the Rockwood Asylum. That's our first destination. Also called the most haunted place in Kingston. Not a very impressive place, but at the time everyone found it so impressive. Aspects to know what his plan of care was. They built in the asylum, they moved the prisoners. It was a collaboration of the prison and 70s and 80s. There were no protections until 1895. So up until then, you could, for mercy, the sounds came up through the floorboards of the asylum into the home of Dr. Litchfield, who lived above. Over the years, in an 8-bed facility. What should have been considered a madhouse was considered a house that brought disorder to order. He got terrored from his job as superintendent of midwifery at the Kingston General Hospital. See, they trusted him so much, they put him in charge of other medical departments, and it was the midwives, the women, that discovered the truth. He had to be fired from here as well, but they couldn't do it. Firing from here would mean scandal. Dr. Litchfield got his start in a small 4-square. That was all that was here. 40 beds. Eventually other pieces were added, about 7 pieces in total, 460 beds. But at first it was 40 beds, and because they were paid by the numbers, they crammed 60 people into 40 beds. Overcrowded. They expanded to 460 beds and they crammed 1,100 people in here. Overcrowded again. But when he left to go to medical school, new medical practitioners came in and brought the place into the 19th century, including Freudian psychiatry. Just the same though, these people were not living well. They were not fed very well, like gruel. These are people that lived here. The Penrose Hospital opened in 1870, closed in 1959, and became a care home for the disabled, and then it had many other multi-purposes until it was finally closed down. Communication of any kind. She would help herself to some biscuits, bread, or raisins, whatever was handed. I know justice is necessary. And I know that there were systemic problems here. This weekend past, there was a fire here at the prison. They almost closed it for a while. There's parking signs. Look how short they are. I don't want to hit one. You think if I hit one, it would come up through the windshield? Or would it just drag under the trolley? I think it would just drag under the trolley, right? Well, one of our drivers came in here one day, and one of those signs just went right through his windshield. Did he hit the sign? He says no. He says George Yule was waiting for him in the parking lot, hurling the sign. One of our drivers just laughed. It's called the Huts. This is where the women slept. We had another area called the RTC. This was a treatment center where people were supposed to go, sort of like a makeshift infirmary, for physical, emotional, and mental ailments. If they were having a breakdown, for example. Run by the city of Kingston Gallery, and this building is right next door. Field up ahead, and out west. I get a chance to interview the students and ask them about their roles. Hard to do. Getting into medical school involved lots of study, lots of grades, lots of achievement, lots of tuition, lots of references. Others will say, Richard, there's an easier way. Wait until that's a long, extinct process. By raising the price to a nickel, a quarter, a dollar. In the mid-1800s, you could buy a horse with a spending power of $10,000. Right up until the 1870s, up till the 1870s, frequent hangings. When they excavated the bodies from the mass grave, they were expecting to find 28 people. They found 2 because grave robbers were such experts. Robbing a mass grave was not a capital offense, by the way. Robbing a marked grave was a capital offense. Why? Because individuals mattered and unidentified people didn't. Just had matured a bit. Hangings were way less frequent. You can go months without it on a coffin ship. So he sold half the land to the inn next door, and he sold this. You got some valuables, take them out, put them on the dresser. She won't touch them. Doesn't matter if it's grandma's pension, she will not touch it. This was home to Frances Burnett Hodgson for a time. She wrote The Secret Garden, famous work, a book adapted into a movie. This particular bed and breakfast now has a lot of neat things. Look at the plaque out front. Gourmet sandwiches, beer and wine tastings, all kinds of nice stuff. Off to the right, this is the spire, also known as the Sydenham Street United Church. In the 1990s, with people who had been playing for the church back as far as the 40s and 50s. Glenn Shackleton conducted these interviews. He runs the Haunted Walks. The Sydenham Public School, the oldest school in Canada, still operating as a public school.
is the oldest
church
school
for the clergy street,
in
Protestant
Canada.
churches in a short 600-meter span. To the hospital, give last rites, and then come back and give services at the church.
Elizabeth
A woman
House.
could vote on property, choose who to marry or what to wear. A shelter like this softened a difficult life of her choices. Eating is just one part of this building. The Smith Hotel is another part. This all used to be the Methodist Church, but no more. And now we're heading over to accustomed to this little town of New Glasgow. She went to a mechanic. He said he needed some time to repair it. Her car. 30 days is what she served, and a criminal record for life. She died in 1965. Off to the right, there's Fort Frontenac, built by the British. Off to the left, there's Fort Frontenac, built by the French, a remnant wall. That remnant was rebuilt by stonemasons, modern stonemasons. The permanent bridge was 170 years old. It used to raise the lower and let the traffic through and let boats through. Now we have a temporary bridge that lets the traffic through, but on Sundays we have to pull the bridge out, undock it, blow it away, and let the boats through. Back to the Great Rebellion of 1838, all the way forward to World Wars I and II. The Great Rebellion of 1838 is definitely connected to the taking. They attempted to take back from Britain what was once taken from them. The foreign sympathizers were because there are many nations around the world that wanted independence from Britain and celebrated independence from Britain. Didn't give any reason. He must have had a terrible lawyer. Because he should have been sent away as a spy. He wasn't a Canadian. He could only be a traitor. This was also a prisoner of war camp. They reduced the rebels in numbers from 2,000 down to 37, and Nils von Scholz was hung at the end of a rope until he was dead. Where was the gallows? Well, it was a makeshift gallows. They had a pole, a beam, and they walked away so slowly that Nils von Scholz asphyxiated at the end of his rope. His gallows was mounted just beyond this garden path up ahead, on this little plot of land. Rod and sword can still be seen wandering the foothills of Fort Henry. I hope I don't get in trouble. Just tell them I'm with you guys. You guys will let me know, okay? Or Cathcart Tower. These were all built by stonemasons from all of them, not just bricklayers. One of the stonemasons was Alexander Mackenzie. He would not sleep, would not talk to anyone. Eventually died of what we would call a broken heart. What we really know is it's depression, the spectrum disorder of depression is failure to cope. That would carry 8 or 10 of them at a time to the island. Just a narrow passage to turn around here, folks. Normally I have more 88 cars, it's fully electric. When I heard Romanian electric ferry, I was expecting Tesla coils. But no, this is a really nice modern ferry, and they built this and they sent it here 3 years ago. And we're just starting to get our best use out of it this year. Yeah, they had gallows here too, right? Well, tells the story best, and she's one of our drivers. But she says that her father never really retired here at RNC. The RCAF Scout jet sitting out front was a gift from an alumni class, grateful for their success. They came back in the 90s after graduating in the 70s. And over here, the Kingston Military Community Sports Center is where the large swimming pool, running track, and gymnasium are located.
This is
The shopkeeper
where
said,
the famous
we have to move her. The police
the
walk
famous
on their
ghost,
nightly
most
patrols,
famous ghost
and
in
when they
Kingston.
find her like this will be bad for business. They picked up her arms and legs, they took her to a basement apartment, and they buried her in the dirt floor. Gone but not forgotten.
Hello guys, so I just finished eating. I forgot to wait, hold on, let me check my bus. So I was walking in the opposite side. Good thing I realized it right away. Yeah, so as I was saying, I just had my dinner and I forgot to take videos. So I'm just gonna insert pictures. I probably already inserted before this video, or I'm just gonna put it somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, it was a really good dinner. I ordered two. It's what do you call that one? My gosh, I can't think right now, I'm so full. But yeah, it's like those kinds of restaurant with like really small servings. So the lady already told me that. She's like, have you been here before? I was like, no. She's like, oh, like our servings here are small. We usually recommend 2 to 3 orders per person. So I started with one, and then with the chorizo, and then I realized, oh yeah, it's really small. So I ordered the shrimp because I checked the website or the reviews. Most people had the shrimp, and it's actually really good too. Like I didn't. Shrimp is always good, but then I did not expect it to be that good. I believe most people would think it's a bit salty, but that's how I want my food anyways. So yeah, it was a really good place. It's called Tango Nuevo. The only thing is it's a bit expensive for a normal day. So since it's my birthday, okay, pagbigyan. So yeah, overall I paid like $70 just for 2 plates, small plates, and 1 drink. Wait, let me see, maybe I passed my stop again. My gosh. Hi guys, I'm back to my hotel, or to my place, to my stay, whatever. Okay, so I'm so tired and I had a fun day. A lot of reflections. To those who do not know, it's my 27th birthday today, and I chose to celebrate it alone. It's not that I don't have friends here. I have a couple of true friends in here, but I just want to celebrate it alone and make some reflections, realize how lucky I am still, even if I have some dreams, or I have some things that I want that I don't have it yet, or that I can't do yet. So backstory, I'm a little bit spoiled when I was younger. Not like spoiled in a way that like material stuff from my parents. It's not like that. It's mostly like, for example, I want to study here, then I get it. I want to do this on my birthday, then I get it. If I pray about something, I always get it. And then just lately, it's not that I did not get it, it's just I still don't have it. I've been praying for something that I still don't have, and I prayed for something that I know for sure that's not gonna happen anymore, but that's fine. I believe that God, oh my gosh, I look so, oh my gosh, okay guys, don't worry, I'm gonna be a little bit fresher tomorrow. I'm just tired, and yeah. So yes, as I was saying, I know like those things are not like, my gosh, no one's crying. So those rejections are for sure redirections. I always believe in that saying. And I always believe that whatever I want is not always what's best for me. God knows things that we don't know. God hears what we didn't. God saw whatever we didn't. I trust in the Lord. I trust God that whatever happens, whatever happened, whatever is happening is all according to His plans, and all for my best. Maybe I won't understand it for now. Maybe I'm in the waiting process right now. Maybe I'm in a process of my life where it's slow, a good time to rediscover myself, and to again self-reflect, and to get myself to get to know myself again. It's heavy, but it's happy. It's happy, but I'm crying. But like, no, it's just, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna cry, but yes, it's just things that I prayed for before that I hope I'm gonna get by the age of 27 that I didn't get. I don't know why I'm crying. When I was younger, I envisioned 27 very differently in my career, in my status in life, financially, even with like like getting married as a pharmacist, like stuff like that. Okay, first of all, I thought that I'm gonna be married at 27, and for sure I'm not gonna be married because I'm 27 and there's no way I'm gonna get married before I turn 28. And then second is I thought I'm gonna own a big pharmacy, or I'm gonna be a doctor, or I'm gonna be an owner of like a business owner. But as of now, oh my gosh, my gosh. So yes, I'm on a different path, to be fair, but even with that, I thought like, also for those who are asking, I still don't have my PR. And again, on my previous videos, I mentioned why, and it's okay, like we can't go back to the past. I'm not like I probably have regrets in life, but that's not important because again, we can't go back in the past. Yes, again, everything happens for a reason. And if I don't get my PR by the time that my work permit expires, then I believe God has different plans for me. So yes, I did not plan to like cry. My gosh, I don't know why, but like, yeah, I'm already so exhausted. I look so haggardous for Zozo already. And then I cried, my gulay. I'm just grateful that, okay, don't worry about that because tomorrow I'm leaving, so I'm gonna pack. Anyway, so yes, I had a good day. I had a fun day. I did what I wanted on my birthday. I went for the cruise ship, which at first I didn't know was possible even because I thought I need a US visa because it will go to the US borders, as I mentioned. But then yes, I was able to do that. And then the ghost tour, I was able to do that as well. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the penitentiary and hopefully the healthcare as well. So yes, it's a good birthday. Hopefully this new year, more blessings to come, more changes to come, good changes. I have goals in life. Again, I always want to make goals every year. I may or may not reach them, but at least I have inspiration, I have motivations to do more and be more and be grateful for. And yes, I'm just happy where I am right now. And yes, I'm in the waiting game, and hopefully in my next video, I don't know when I'm gonna post this, I don't know when I'm gonna make a new video, what video it would be for, but hopefully it's about getting my PR, or like it's a good news, hopefully. So yes, I still have another day tomorrow, so even with this video, I don't know if I'm gonna post 3 videos or 1 long video. So yes, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna get ready for sleep. I have to wake up tomorrow like 7:30, I believe, because the penitentiary is at 9. I have to leave here probably 8:30, probably have to wake up 7:50 ish, 7:45. So yes, if I forget to update you after I shower, then good night and see you tomorrow.